Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. David Nyokorach Matsanga, the chairman of Pan-African Forum Limited, a Ugandan by birth, born in my country. One of the few accolades that I can put on my name is the question of peace. I'm a peacemaker. Thank you very much for coming to this meeting this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, in a struggle like this, there are times when you feel disgruntled, you feel separate, you want to give up. But I have never given up, and I will not give up, because my aim is not to give up. My aim is to prosecute and those culpable for the crimes against the people of Southern Cameroon, a territory that was taken over without agreement, a territory that does not have any contract, a territory that UN surrendered to killers who have killed, maimed, tortured, destroyed the people of Southern Cameroons. It is a shame that in this world, we discriminate people on the basis of English or French. The French have discriminated the English-speaking people of Southern Cameroons. It is sad, therefore, that such happened in the interest of peace. When people watch the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1608 of 1961 gave a mandate to these people to find a home of their own. It is shameful that the same member of the United Nations Security Council, Paul France, up to today, blocks any move of investigations in the ICC, in the ICJ, anything, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, against the crimes committed by Paul Biya in Yaoundé. But that is why our conflicts. Why has France fractured us? Why has France fractured Africa across the Sahel region? The entire Sahel region is full of difficulties. It's of conflicts, wars, coups. One country in the entire world has destabilized 3/4 of Africa, has made Africa a pauper state, a country without any bearing. It is sad, therefore, for me to sit here and to allow it without calling out this nation. Today's lecture is simple. What can we do to free the people of Southern Cameroon? What can we do? What type of lobby can we have? What lobby can we increase? What can we input? What pressure can we put? We have done our own pressure. We have given what we can. We have done everything, east, west, everything has been done and said. What can we do to bring about peace? I have submitted 4 petitions to the office of the chief prosecutor. Petition number 1, I submitted on a crime scene called Abazonia, a country, Southern Cameroons, crime scene, Abazonia. And whenever you submit your application or any evidence you want to add on to the chief prosecutor's office, always quote, Abazonia is the scene of where the crimes are, because the books of ICJ, ICC, they don't know anything about something to do with, they will start asking you, Southern Cameroons, these people the people of Southern Cameroons, the country called Southern Cameroons. You can call it later your name. That is what I'm looking for. I've submitted those applications to the ICC. I have asked the ICC to invoke all the articles. You know very well that it is a crime body to cross over the border and go to another ICC territory, which is under ICC governance and jurisdiction, and arrest, abduct, render people. Cameroon did it, went into Nigeria, abducted 10 men, 10 most powerful men of this great nation, rendered them, blindfolded them, tortured them, kept them and in human conditions, and brought them to the jail, sentenced them without a trial, a fair trial, not in a military trial, a fair trial, and they were all bundled in, given life sentences without representation and a better representation, without proving all the qualities of what we call qualitative justice around the world, which is a benchmark for every human rights. The chief prosecutor must have and should have reported this matter to the United Nations Security Council, that 10 men were abducted in a territory, jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court. Suda arrived in Yaoundé, picked up millions of dollars, and killed the case. France ordered the case. It's a serious case. It killed the same ICC obligations. State, if refugees are running in a place and they are abducted, cross-border incursion is a crime against. Even if the country is not a member of ICC, France is therefore culpable. France is supposed to be charged, with crimes against humanity. Nigeria is supposed to be reported. Is supposed to be charged in court for abductions. Nobody to date has helped the people of Southern Cameroon to regain independence. Nobody has helped. We have talked, people have and written, but nobody has come out to help the people of Southern Cameroon, to help the 10 who were abducted, tortured, inhuman treatment, carried, driven, flown away to Cameroon, Yaoundé. Therefore, Paul Obiya committed a crime, and the government of Paul Obiya, the general, the chief of intelligence, the minister of foreign affairs, the minister of justice, himself, all of them, the police commander, the army general, and took part in this, committed a crime against humanity, and which must be investigated by International Criminal Court. I'm therefore in this place to give a public lecture. People are listening, those behind, enjoying. We have come here. I've given a written document already, but I've come down here to make sure that I give to the public who are listening from home. I have to file an application to stop Mr. Paul Obiya from going to Switzerland. Pray for me that I'm fighting a war that benefits some people, both the Europeans and those who are benefiting. The Europeans up in Switzerland are benefiting from Paul Obiya's money. But the people that he has killed, he maimed, he kills every day, are not benefiting. Therefore, there is a problem here. And that problem can only be cured by filing an application in the European Court of Human Rights in Paris, which I have duly prepared, and it is good to go tomorrow I will supply it for service. The court will service to various institutions in Europe, asking an interpretation as to why Switzerland should not be red flagged for allowing a man whom they know is committing crimes. I want to make it very clear that that is my aim now. Today, I want to be very on record again. Conflicts in Africa. Why? The rest of Africa has conflicts. Almost every corner of Africa, there is something which is not very right, which is not standing very right. In Southern Africa, we have Mozambique, Cabo Delgado, is not right. In Central Africa, we have Democratic Republic of Congo, is not right. In East Africa and the Horn of Africa, we have Somalia, things are not right. In Central African Republic itself, things are not right. Look at that. In West Africa itself, the Sahara region is boiling. This morning, I was doing a program on another television from West Africa in Nigeria. I told them things have been, and it continues to boil. Up to today, we believe there is something which is not in that region. France. If you look at Sudan, and Sudan, both North and the South, does somebody remember oil? When Total Oil did not find the oil and the contracts in South Sudan, what did it do? It is saying packing its goods and it is leaving. And it left. You see, it left. It left South Sudan. Has South Sudan ever been peaceful? No. Who is behind this? So if you look at all the conflicts that have happened in Africa, look at the conflict of Libya. Today, as we speak in Libya, we have no peace. The peace is gone in Libya. It has gone. Libya has been divided into two parts. Libya has been cut into one or two parts. We have Benghazi and we have Tripoli under the auspices of one country called France. Why should we allow to take charge of all international conflicts, making the vulnerable suffer? Why? Why have we allowed this? We don't speak out. The African Union itself, that is supposed to help. And I want to reveal this to you people, that while I was in Tanzania days ago, before I flew into Europe, I discovered in Tanzania, in the African Union, there is no file about Southern Cameroon. They don't have a file. The Peace and the Security Commission, when I was talking to some diplomat in Tanzania from Africa, on how we can amend Cameroon has no, it looks like there is no violence in Cameroon. Somebody has done all the of Cameroon, cleaned it. There is no data on Cameroon in African Union Commission. What happened to this data? What happened to these killings? Who has actually violated the people of Southern Cameroon by erasing data of the killings? The African Union Commission has done a very dirty job, and we must call them out. They have done a dirty job. They have the livelihood of the people of Cameroon. Now, there is not even a single file to document. I'm telling you, people, it is pathetic. I'm telling you, it is very pathetic and it's very annoying for me. Very, very annoying. Me as a person who has struggled for these human rights, for the people of Southern, I feel so sad. a single file, not a very, surely you people wake up. You people of Southern Cameroon, you yourselves wake up. I want to tell you people, I cried tears when an official of the African Union whom you had gone to meet tells you, hold on, let's check where the file is, where if there's any information. It looked like the information I was giving was the first one. Can you believe that? My information was the first one. My information was the first one to this official, one of the officials who took over from Mahamat Faki, not the chairman, but one of the officials met me in Arusha, where I had gone to court to file those cases in court. All these cases in court, all the cases of the bishop, the judge, the former judge being killed, I went to it further to attach the files. I found skeletons of the files who died when Paul Biya refused to give him his payments. I've stopped. I have that case. When I look at it, how to hinge it, where is the information? All of it in AU is lost. People filed cases in African court, Banjul. Those ones were wiped out. Someone took all the ground. You find a skeleton information. This is what you should fight for. This is what you should rise up, stand and fight for. This public lecture is here to give you the energy. I'm giving you the energy. I'm giving you the stamina. I'm giving you the power, the courage, the determination. I am not a Southern Cameroonian. I'm not a man from Amazonia. I'm not a man from Mameda, but I'm an African who feels for this country, for these people. I feel for the English-speaking people. I am going to intensify this fight. I am happy, and I want to report to you that I'm happy that the African Union is going to talk to us. They will talk to me. When they discovered there are no files, Jesus Christ, tell me, they don't have files. 9 years, you don't have a file about Southern Cameroon, which is being, and you don't have any file, no records, all this torture. What happened to humanity, to morality? Who has been hiding these files? Who? Muhammad Faki has been abating the killing of the people in Southern Cameroon. He did no file. The same happens to Biafra across. No file. No file. So it means the political peace and diplomatic commission of the African Union has been conniving with Mr. Paul Biya to erase the data, to erase the documentation, to remove any trace of human rights abuses. But fortunately, they have one man they have to deal with. It is me. You have to. So I told you I placed four cases before the ICC chief prosecutor. Since yesterday, I have in the next this month or so, they will come out with a statement. Any stone unatturned anywhere to bring to the plight of the plight of the people of Southern Cameroon to international community. I have gone to the International Court of Justice together with friends. We are seeking interpretation as to why Mr. Southern Paul Biya should continue to occupy a territory without an agreement. There's no contract. If France has a contract and you are hearing, yes, I saw some of you following me up in a hotel, in my room. I'm here I'm around. We can come to this conference in front here and discuss or come and sit as you are. Any of you who can take up questions, pick me questions, ask questions. You have no agreement. Where is the agreement? Show me the agreement. That's all I want. If the UN shows me an agreement that on such and such a day, we surrendered the territory of Southern Cameroon to the government of Ahijo, or to the government of this, or to Paulo Pia, I will keep quiet. No agreement. If you go to court and say, did you pay money? Yes. Where is the receipt? I don't have it. Then the judge does what? Gives me much home. I want the court agreement. There is no agreement. Some of you don't think that it's just talk. I'm not. I'm not. I use my resources to travel. And those I want to thank, I will thank you later. Let me finish you the crisis of France, how France has destroyed Africa, how France has made Africa not unite, how France has killed the lives of the people of Sahara region, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, the Senegal. All those states are dead. How France has killed Ivory Coast, how it has siphoned money from Djibouti, taken over Djibouti economy, how France has manufactured conflicts in Sudan. Look, how France has manufactured a conflict in Libya between Benghazi and Tripoli. Why should we have a country in Africa with two states, heads of state in one, and we allow them to be in AU? How France has supported Morocco to kill Africans, to take over Sahrawi, call it a country of their own. How France, look at all this. These are some of the things that we must, as Africans, as intellectuals, why do we call ourselves holders and run around without talking about people's problems? I should be at my sleeping and enjoying with my grand. I have very many of them. I would be doing that. But because of the plight of the people of Southern Cameroon, I feel obliged as a citizen of the world who is able to move, who is able to travel, who is able. And I'm going to do that as long as I live. As long as I live, if I get support, whether I get support or I don't support, I'll wait for my retirement money. Then however little it is, I'll use it. I'll use it to travel, to make your voice known, to be heard. The people of Southern Cameroon want their voices heard. Now Trump is chasing some people out. You see, he's telling people to leave America. Where are you taking them? You're taking them slaughter. Some of them will be slaughtered by Paul Biya because they don't want them. But you are not helping a situation by removing the man who is slaughtering people. So this is the lecture for you to understand that the enemy of these people, of the people of Africa, is France. It will be, it remains to be. Let me come to the current war. As I've told you tomorrow, and I want to speak with confidence. There are some people to me questions. Some of the questions are not the questions that I would like to answer here. I want to make it very clear that I don't fight for individuals. The question of individualism, to fighting for which group or that group of this or Cameroon, no, I'm fighting for the 10. I want the 10 men who are already in prison, plus others. The 10 are the most, if we are able to get them freedom, the rest of all these differences that you have amongst you Southern Cameroonians, will be over. They will bring you together. That's the cream of your society taken down. That's why you have differences. That's you have everybody right working up and saying, I'm a president, I'm a chairman, I'm doing this, I'm that. No, for me, I'm not a chairman, I'm not a president. I am simply a man looking for peace and for freedom of the people of a country called small state here, rubbish state called Norway. It has failed to notify to European Union that there is. So I went to the European Court of Justice and I asked, I wanted the court. Why I have not come out to bring every document to you is because some of you, I'm not involved. I am not a relative of anybody. I'm a relative of all the people of Southern Cameroon. I want to tell you that I'm a relative of everybody, everyone, Ayaba, everybody. I'm related to them. The people, the 10 relatives, by virtue of them, has no legs. I questioned in Norway and I supplied them my English. I said, answer me one question. If you saw the conflict in Southern Cameroon, did you report the conflict? Where did you raise the red flag? Article 41 of the European Convention of Human Rights says if you have a problem, you see people killing people, beating people, hammering people, slaughtering people, shooting down people, detaining people, depopulating people, you report. Did Norway report anywhere? Where? I asked Norway one question. Where did you file your report? Did you notify the world that there were human rights abuses in Norway? If you charge one person in Norway because of human rights, you are charging him against who? Some white lawyers are eating money. They don't even know how to ask these questions. Rubbish. Against who? I asked one question. I supplied that information to the German embassy. I supplied that information to Geneva United Nations. I supplied to Norway. They have the paper. They said, oh, now David, this guy, who is this guy? It is him. It is me. I'm here. And I don't want outside official. Answer me. Where did you report Norway? Did you report that there was a crime? You or did you not? Did you report that there was a crime? Did you know a report? Where has it reported? You must file a complaint in the court and tell the court that there is a crime committed in Southern Cameroon between forces, rebels, and the government. You didn't. So if you want to charge the rebels, where is the government? Charge one person from the government. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was concluding or saying, so that I give you a chance to make a few comments, this is my approach. My approach is that I am not a lawyer seated in an office in Conakry, in Ghana, in Accra, and wanting to fight. My approach is I'm an international mobile rolling lawyer. So that is what I am. That is why I'm here. I would be somewhere sitting and enjoying my life with my children. But because I don't have anything else, you see, I don't want to be a victim that God asks me, what happened? You had the time to speak, David, what happened? No, I want to be a man that I will say God peacefully and very rightfully so. I talked, but I was alone. I talked and nobody helped me. I tried, but people ignored me. So I want to be part and parcel of that record, that one day people will say, yes, he did. I've tried. Since we last had a meeting of this nature, so many things have happened. Nigeria is under detention, reported. Okay? Now, Nigeria, as we speak right now, they are worried. The Attorney General has called me, or we need to talk. You are a member of the International Criminal Court. How did you allow this to happen? Answer me. Why? How did you do this? How? Okay. African Union. Why have we kept quiet? ECOWAS, Central Africa, AU. Why are you quiet about human rights? France, 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 France. It always, when it sees anybody talking about Cameroon, it will run and say, please, 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 don't try. Don't try. Don't try. So for me, I have no regrets. Those who are watching my programs on national, international TV, yesterday over 100 or so million people were watching me on the Nigeria itself. Nigeria has 200 million people, at least 40 million a day. They watch TV. I said it. I said it, my God. I said it. Part of the Guterres has become a conduit of crime. They talk about Gaza. They talk about it. What, but they don't talk about Africa. Are we not human beings? Are we not? We don't have the blood like these guys. Tell me, is our blood power? So there we are. I'm Rapa. I will be in Paris tomorrow. I will again notify you people. Thank you very much. Those who voted me, thank you very much.